Modern Horizons 3 has finally arrived. So many cards look modern playable and so many decks appear to have gotten some massive upgrades. But today I'm here to tell you about a new deck, an unexplored archetype that I am certain will be tier 1 in a post MH3 meta. And if I'm wrong, feel free to destroy me in the comments. This deck, which received more crazy cards from Modern Horizons 3 than any other archetype, is Golgari's Sacrifice, a deck supported by not one, not two, 5 crazy new cards that will come together to shape a new modern meta. The first card of which is Birthing Ritual. So many people are sleeping on this card, which I think is actually the best card in all of Modern Horizons 3. In a deck that's half creatures like Golgari's Sacrifice, Birthing Ritual ends up putting a solid creature from your library into play every turn for the cost of a 1/1, or a creature you're happy putting in the graveyard anyway, like Gravecrawler or Bloodghast. And yeah, we'll get to those fellas in a second. Another busted 2-drop sacrifice outlet from MH3 is White of the Reliquary. This card does everything. Not only will it be attacking as a massive vigilance threat, but it's also sacrificing a variety of expendable creatures to tutor powerful utility cards like Urza's Saga, Bojuka Bog, Nurturing Peatland, and Phyrexian Tower, another crazy card from Modern Horizons 3. It's important to note that you can basically sacrifice any fetch land to white since they search for Dryad Arbor, meaning it's going to be really hard not to have some sacrifice targets. You might be noticing the trend here. Lots of cards from MH3 that involve sacrificing creatures. Flare of Malice is yet another sacrifice card that allows you to deal with your opponent's biggest threat at instant speed, all at the cost of a Bloodghast you can simply get back by cracking a fetch land. I mean, seriously, this Flare is more efficient than cards like Leyline Binding and even Solitude, because it can deal with Planeswalkers as well. Very, very crazy. The last new card to make the main deck is Grist, Voracious Larva. The card is excellent at playing defense early, only to become a Planeswalker a turn or two later and take over the game with options for board presence and removal. And then of course if you can get to the ultimate, you're just winning the game. Another great sacrifice outlet that at this point has been completely forgotten about is Cabal Therapist. This card hasn't really seen any play for quite a long time now, but with all of these insane sacrifice cards in MH3, I think it finally found its home, especially against combo decks and control decks that are going to always have some very juicy targets in hand that you can constantly strip away every turn. This card is nuts. Now that I've covered all the new ways to take advantage of the sacrifices we'll be engaging in, it's time to cover the sacrifice fodder. As mentioned before, Gravecrawler and Bloodghast are the perfect enablers in that they come back every turn and get sacrificed over and over. Gravecrawler can be recast with another Gravecrawler in play, a White of the Reliquary, or Stitcher's Supplier, another utility creature that serves as great sacrifice fodder. And the 1-mana creatures don't stop there. Cauldron Familiar doesn't mind going into the graveyard and combos very well with Witch's Oven, a target of the tutorable Urza's Saga. Haywire Might is also a Saga target and deals with so many spooky threats in Modern. Last but certainly not least for the deck's creatures, Orcish Bowmasters is a jack of all trades card that serves as removal, sacrifice fodder, and a win condition all in one. Honestly, it's kind of a bummer that Flare of Malice was printed, because now we can't run as many copies of Bone Shards, which trivially can be cast by sacrificing a creature, but also allows you to discard Bloodghast. I'm playing a single copy to live the dream of turn 1 Grist, turn 2 Bone Shards discarding Bloodghast, play land to get the Ghast back, and then pay the mana with that land to transform Grist. Speaking of transforming Grist, Unearth reanimates any of our creatures and helps us flip the Grist with ease. Here's the deck list I just bought in preparation of an exciting Modern season. In my playtesting, the list has slaughtered the likes of Murktide, Scam, Affinity, Dredge, and a variety of other mid-range, combo, and control decks. There's not really anything Golgari Sacrifice doesn't excel at. It builds a quick board presence, outvalues mid-range, and has plenty of removal for creatures and non-creatures alike. If I could recommend any list for you in a post-Modern Horizons 3 meta, it'd be this one. Thanks for watching, and peace out, friends.